I'm coming to you in my blanket robe jacket thing on my couch in my living room watching a kids movie on Netflix. Today is the 18th, I believe. If it's not the 18th, it's the 19th. It's confirmed that it is in fact the 19th. Yeah, I got off of work this morning. So far, being at home, I just made breakfast. I laid down for a little bit, didn't get to fall asleep, which is annoying because I was feeling a little bit sleepy before I went into the room. And then, of course, when I try to lay down in the bed, I don't fall asleep. I did baby boy's hair because him and his dad are driving down to South Carolina this weekend. Unfortunately, I will not be going with them. I'll be working this weekend, but they're just going for a couple of days so that baby boy can see his dad's side of the family because they haven't seen him in a while since we moved up here. So yeah, by the time I get off of work Monday and they finish with their trip, we should be home at the same time. But yeah, I'm gonna miss them because they're leaving tomorrow, like mid-afternoon. I think as soon as said picks up the rental, they're going to be leaving, which is quite sad, but I just pray that they'll have a safe trip and they'll make it back to me and they'll have a good time. And yeah, I guess I can try to enjoy my solitude tomorrow afternoon and evening. Maybe go to Barnes and Noble, maybe go to Marshall's. I don't know. Not really trying to spend too much money, but there's like specific things that I've been needing or have been looking for. And I've also been wanting to go to the thrift store. I haven't been able to go to the thrift store. Well, I've been to the thrift store like a month ago, but I didn't really shop or buy anything just because I was so overwhelmed with the amount of people that were in there. I am somebody that when I try to go shopping for anything, I really don't like there being a lot of people. It could be thrifting, it could be grocery shopping. Yeah, I don't like being in a store in an aisle and feeling crowded and trapped and like I just don't like it. Like there's certain settings that I don't mind there being a lot of people, but then there's others that I definitely do mind. But anyways, I'm gonna keep watching this movie and I might check in later. All right, y'all. I don't know how well you can hear me. I didn't get my mic or anything. I just sat down. Yeah. Said and baby boy just left. They're going to South Carolina for the weekend so that baby boy can see said side of the family. And I know I'm an emotional person. I just didn't expect to feel as sad as I do. And I want to say I don't know why, but it's like, yeah, I'm gonna miss them, but I'm going to work this weekend. It's not like I'm home. It's not like I'm home for the weekend alone. And yes, I've been away from baby boy and said before, but this just feels different because they're gonna be hundreds of miles away, like 8 hours away. Like, not saying that something's gonna happen, but whether or not something happened, it's just the fact that they're not just a simple like 45-minute drive away, you know? And I know, again, it's weird because I'm so sorry. It's weird because like I said, I'm going to work this weekend. I wasn't gonna see them anyway, you know, but here it is. I'm in the house by myself. It's just after 3 o'clock. It's 3:01. Because Ted wants to beat the DC traffic. He doesn't have to go through DC, but the area we live in, I feel like when you're trying to leave the DMV area, and you're farther north, you hit the traffic that's like surrounding the DC metro area. So yeah, he just wants to get out of this area before the like post work rush hour starts. But yeah, I wish I could be going on the road trip with them, and we could have did it on another weekend. I just didn't want Seth to keep putting it off, just because I know that his family really wants to see baby boy. And I'm sure Seth misses home. We both really miss home. We miss South Carolina and all the outdoorsy stuff, and yeah, but I don't I don't want to sit in this emotion too long. Yeah, just wanted to share how I was feeling. Maybe moms and wives out there can relate. But yeah, I just feel like such a big baby because I miss my baby. I spent the day, not the whole day, but for about a few hours. I took baby boy and we went hiking. And then we went to the grocery store afterward. Yeah, just wanted to soak up that time with him, and I do that anyway before I go to work for the weekend. But again, knowing that I wasn't gonna be within a reasonable distance from him, I just wanted to soak it up. And yeah, I hate that I feel this way. Sometimes I hate how much I feel, Sometimes I wish I could just not cry. Like, I wish I could read a book, watch a movie, hear somebody's trauma, and just not cry, I just wish I was less affected by certain emotions, or at least the magnitude of them. But anyways, I don't want to ramble. I don't want to sit in this feeling for too long. I think I'm gonna go ahead, and the house is not dirty, but I think I'm just gonna go ahead and tidy up so that I can just feel comfortable really not doing anything like housework related for the rest of the night. There's really not much to do. There's not really anything in the sink. I could just throw that in the dishwasher anyway. And I already really wiped down, and I can always run the robot vacuum, and it's really just getting baby boy's toys out of the main area. And I think that might help me a little bit to just enjoy my solitude without his things like all around. Yeah, I think I just want to get his stuff out of the living room, tidy up his room a little bit, and close his door, close the office, make sure said stuff is in the office, and close that door, and just kind of like try to breathe and enjoy the solitude. And it's just so funny because lately I've been really missing solitude, but I think my solitude hits different when I'm at home alone. I don't really care for solitude at home, because my home is where my boys are, It's usually like when I'm home, the solitude I want can only exist outside of the home. You know what I mean? Like, whether that's me going shopping alone, or going to a bookstore, to the library, or going for a hike alone, or whatever. But complete solitude is not something that I yearn for in our home. Just because it's our home, it's where the four of us are, so it doesn't feel right to be completely alone in our home. I don't know if I'm making any sense, but anyways, I'm gonna stop rambling. I'm gonna put on some music, I'm gonna vibe, I'm gonna tidy up, and then I might read a book. I wanted to go back outside, but with the sun setting so early, I don't want to feel like I missed out on just sitting at home for a couple of hours by myself. I don't know. Honestly, I think I might go to the library. I haven't been to our local library in quite some time. The last time I went was just to return books. It was the first time that I returned books and didn't pick anything up. And yeah, I think that would be good for me to go and browse, check out some books. Who knows, maybe I'll bring my laptop and edit a little bit. And that'll bring back some good memories of me going to our local library back in South Carolina and editing. And like, I would reserve the small room and edit by myself, and that was really nice. But yeah, I think the main thing I really need to do now is just get off of this floor, play some music, and yeah, I think I've gotten my tears out. I've expressed myself, and yeah, I just don't want to sit in that feeling, because anyone who knows me knows that it's easier for me to sit in a feeling than do what I'm doing now, and like feeling that emotion but not letting it spiral. So I don't want to slip into the easy route of just lying on this floor and crying. So okay, that's enough. I'm gonna set you guys up somewhere so you can see me moseying around the house. But yeah. Alright, it's been over an hour. It's almost 4:30 right now. And as I mean, I've probably explained this before on this channel, but I'll aim to do like a quick tidying of something and it ends up being either a deep clean or like a full-on clean or whatever. So I did a little more than I thought I would do, just because I was like, you know what, let me take advantage of baby boy instead not being in my way. In terms of wanting to get certain things clean. But as I kept like moving around, I was debating whether or not I still wanted to go to the library. I actually really wanted to wash my car, and I'm fine with doing both, because if it gets dark, I don't mind being at the library in the dark, because obviously I'm inside a building and then there's a parking garage that's specific to the library. But I didn't want to be washing my car in the dark, because after I go through the tunnel, I did want to use the vacuum. But now that it's 4:30, the sun is literally about to set in probably 20 minutes if I'm giving an educated guess. So I think I'm just going to, I might still go to the library. But then when I thought about it, I was like, I don't know. And I don't know if it's because I'm in the feeling that I'm in. It could be a lot of things. It could be because my boys are not with me. It could be because daylight savings is ruining my schedule and it's sun setting before 5 p.m. It could be that I'm tired. Like, it could be a lot of things, but I feel like the more that I kept moseying around the house, I was like, well, the house is clean. I might as well just like stay inside, read, you know, play video games. I don't know, because I did get out of the house today. It's not like I didn't get out of the house. I'm not sure. I may go to a Starbucks and just sit for a little bit, or even like find a random cafe that's not a big box chain. I don't know, because I was like, oh, it would be cool to go to the library. But then I did go to the library on base, and so I do have 3 library books, and I don't want to do what I was doing for a while, where I was getting books from both libraries and not really reading them. And I don't mind getting books from both libraries, but I feel like if I do, I need to get only 2 from each, or 2 and 3, you know what I mean? So I don't know. And then I was like, oh, maybe I'll go out and get food, like to just treat myself to dinner. But I have leftovers from last night. Said brought us not Thai food. Is it Thai food? It was some sort of Asian cuisine. I can't remember what it was. I want to say it was Thai food. No, it wasn't Thai food. It was from this Japanese spot. I forgot what it was called though. But yeah, I have a leftover of that. I'm just not really sure. I think what it's coming down to is that I don't really think I want to leave the house. I do want to go ahead and take advantage of the rest of the daylight and clean out my car a little bit, but it's like I can do that at home. Obviously the vacuum, I'm not worrying about the outside, because people who know me know that I prioritize the inside of my car being clean, not so much the outside. And I feel like that goes for people as well to a certain extent, because things may look good on the outside, but that doesn't mean that it's not chaos on the inside. So I think that's what I'm going to do now. I got a little hot, which is why I have on my undershirt, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and put some clothes back on so I can brave the cold a little bit, because I do want to start packing my car to go back to work tomorrow. But yeah, like I said, I'm not tied to anything or anyone right now, so I might as well take advantage and focus on cleaning out my car while I can. Who knows, maybe if I'm up to it, I might still go to the car wash and just not vacuum out the inside, since I'll be doing it here at home. But yeah, I don't really think I'm gonna go to the library. Maybe if it was earlier in the day. And I feel like a big part of what's messing with my head right now is the fact that it's about to be dark outside. So subconsciously, and also, you know, not so subconsciously, because it's like on the forefront of my mind, but all that's on my mind is like, I don't want to be out. To me, being outside in the dark equates to the day is over, and then when I come home, it's like, damn, well, the night's basically over. I might as well shower and go to bed. I don't know, I feel like it's all a psychological thing. But instead of rambling, I'm gonna go ahead and clean out my car. And it's not that messy. I mean, I have baby boys, so honestly, yeah, I think I'm gonna take out, especially because I'm working this weekend, I think I'm just gonna fully take out his car seat, take apart all the pads and stuff and throw those in the wash so that it's fresh and clean for when he gets home. And also, you know, like clean out the you know, the plastic frame in and of itself. And probably just keep that in the house over the weekend because I'm not gonna see him until Monday. And so it doesn't really need to stay in my car anyway, and that will free up space for me to like fully clean under where his seat stays and all that good stuff. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do now. But like I said, the house has been tidied up. Yeah, I mean, only the other thing I can do is run the robot vacuum. I don't want to run the dishwasher because there's like 3 things in there. I don't know. Knowing me, I might run it before the end of the night because I don't like leaving the house with anything dirty. Like I don't like leaving trash in the house. Like when nobody's in the house, I don't feel like there should be dirty dishes. There shouldn't be anything in the dishwasher, and if there needs to be something in the dishwasher, they should already be cleaned and just drying. Yeah, no trash, no dirty dishes. I don't like to leave the house empty and dirty. Like I don't like my house to be dirty, period. But it's one thing if it's being lived in, but if nobody's here, I hate, that's the one thing I don't like is when you go away for like vacation, or I was gonna say even a weekend, but a weekend can still be a vacation. But when you leave your home, even if it's just a night, I hate leaving my home and coming back to a messy home. Like I like my home to be nice and clean when I come back. And so yeah, but anyways, I'm gonna stop rambling. I'm still thinking whether or not I want to get myself something to eat, but nothing really sounds appealing. I went to the grocery store with baby boy earlier and I got some cold pressed juices, I got kombucha, I got stuff to make wraps, and I had a wrap when I came home. I mean, I don't even know, it's like I could eat, like I am slightly hungry, but I really don't have an appetite, if that makes any sense. Like I'm hungry, but I can't even think of something that might sound appealing. Maybe pizza, but even then, I don't know. And again, I feel like it's all a psychological thing because my boys are not with me, because I have to go back to work tomorrow and I'm spending the weekend without them again. And it seems like the weekend that I spent with them just went by so fast. But that's my life right now, and it's not gonna last like this forever. I just have to be patient, keep my head up, eyes forward, and just know that everything is but for a season, right? That's what the literal 4 seasons teach us. So yeah, just praying for patience over here. Anyways, let me go put back on my shirt and my sweater, and I'm gonna go ahead and bust out this car. I don't want to spend too long on it. Like I said, I don't really let my car get that dirty. It's more so like organizing all my shopping bags. I have so many shopping bags and they're not like the cute packable ones. So if I don't take the time to like make sure they're organized and folded, I just don't like clutter. I really don't like clutter, which is why I feel like I'm always doing some sort of cleaning, whether it's in my car, in the house, like even in my locker at work. Like I just don't like clutter, and I feel like I'm forever taking the steps to making sure I don't have clutter. So anyways, let's go ahead and do that before I keep rambling and just sit here. The next thing you know, the sky is dark. So yeah. Not the cutest, but it's all consolidated. I leave this blanket in the back of my car for adventures. This is baby boy's caddy. Like emergencies, so I have a change of clothes here in here for him, as well as diapers, diaper cream, wipes, and then a changing pad. But that's what I love about this car. Any trip that we've gone on, or even if I'm just in a parking lot, like, it's just so easy to change baby boy. Like, it's a good level, and then it's so spacious for him to just lay down so I can change him. Yeah, and I can also change him on the back seat, but if the back seat is like covered and stuff, then I know I always have back here, so it's pretty nice. But yeah, this is water that I had ever since I went to the shooting range, and I just kept it back here because I figured it's not hot anymore, so I'm not worried about like plastic melting into the water, you know. I figured for emergencies. And then also it was a gallon of washer fluid, but I always keep this in the car because there's been times where it's like my windshield's really dirty and yeah, she needs some help. So this is my like outdoor sheet blanket thing that I always keep in the car, also for adventures, just like the actual blanket. It's not really that dirty back here. Even though I might have a lot of stuff in the back of the car, like, I like having some sort of clear space, or even if it's a lot of stuff, it needs to be like, for me at least, it needs to be neat and consolidated. Again, just trying to minimize the clutter. Okay, y'all, it's definitely much later than I intended on taking with things, but I guess kind of explained in the last clip before cleaning out my car that wasn't too sure I would be going anywhere this evening. It is dark, and I was thinking about picking up some pizza, but I don't know. I am hungry, and I do want to eat before it gets too late, and if I go to get something, I want to do it sooner rather than later, just so that I can feel like I had a nice quiet night. I'm glad I got what I did done. I don't know if I just made any sense, but yeah, it turns out I didn't need to wash any of baby boy's things. Really, the only dirtiness about it was all the crumbs and stuff, but it's not like it had stains or anything. And it's funny because as I was taking it off, I was like, dang, this thing smells like I just washed it. Like, you can smell the Tide Pod scent on there. So I stripped down everything, dusted off all the fabrics, and then wiped down the plastic frame in and of itself. That was honestly the grosser part than the fabrics that are actually on his chair, just because crumbs will fall into the crevices and things like that. But it was not, honestly, the most difficult part about doing all that was, for some reason, This is the longest it's ever taken me to figure out how to put the cushions back on his chair. Like, I don't know why I was struggling. Yeah, but I figured it out. It's all back together. But like I said, I'm just gonna leave it out of the car because I'm not gonna see him until Monday. So I'll worry about putting it back in at a later time. And I just like, over the weekend, I like having it out of the car, even though I don't do it very often. I do like having it out of the back row, just because it opens up space. So if I'm like transporting more than one person, they don't have to feel too cooped up in the back. Yeah, I think right now I'm just debating on what exactly I want to do in terms of dinner, in terms of the rest of my evening. I know for a fact I'm not going to the laundromat. I mean, not laundromat, goodness gracious. I guess it's a laundromat for my car. I'm not going to the car wash. I'm not going to the library. Honestly, at this point, it's really just me figuring out what I want to pick up to eat. I don't know if I want Panera Bread. Honestly, it just popped into my head, and broccoli and cheddar soup sounds really good right now. I just don't know if that's gonna hit the spot for what I'm going for. But honestly, I can't think of anything else that really like gets me going, you know? So I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and place an order at Panera. But yeah, the house is clean. I think I'm just about to run this robot because I finally stopped messing with surfaces and dusting off surfaces. So I think it finally is time to run the robot. And yeah, I'm gonna go pick up some food while the robot is running, and then come back home and probably watch one of the movies that I rented from the library from where I work. I rented 2 movies. One I've seen before, it's called Jumping the Broom, but I've been thinking about it recently, and so I wanted to watch it. So basically when I saw it, I was like, oh, I might as well pick it up. And then number 2 is 9 Lives. I don't know what it is about in depth, but I'm pretty sure it's this dude who has a family and he gets a cat, and somehow he ends up like in the body of the cat or whatever. And so I guess it's about him like making better choices and improving his life. I'm not sure, but I'm gonna I think that's what I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna watch one of those while eating my food. But yeah, the more I think about it, Panera is sounding more appetizing. So before it gets too late, because I've been trying to do better about like not eating dinner too late. If anything, I want to eat dinner really early. Like yeah, for personal reasons, I want to eat dinner early and not go to bed with a full stomach. So yeah, I guess I will see you guys maybe when I come back from Panera. I honestly don't think I'm going to record much on the way there because it is dark. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next clip. Y'all, this is what I mean by time flying by and then feeling like I don't have much time left at all. But it is just after 7 o'clock right now. It's 7:02. It took forever to get back home because there was an accident. And so a normally 2-lane kind of like freeway situation was only 1 lane. And it was just annoying because I was stuck on that last 0.6 miles for so long before being able to make my right. It was just so annoying waiting that long and not even like the accident happened right at the intersection I had to make a right on. So that was annoying. But anyways, I'm finally home. I'm going to find something to watch. I think I'm gonna pop in one of these movies. I think that's what I want to do. I don't know if I want to watch Jumping the Broom or 9 Lives. I might pop in 9 Lives and see how I'm vibing with that. That way I could just return it this weekend if I'm done with it. But anyways, yeah, I think that's gonna be it for tonight. And that honestly might be it for this vlog, but just wanted to thank you guys for watching. Thanks for sticking around, hanging around, checking back around, however it works for you. And yeah, stay sunny. Bye.